guys ever have to pee so bad you get goosebumps?
I don't think so.
And I don't recall getting goosebumps.
Save that.
Cassie says yes.
I have. Yeah. When it reaches the pain point.
Yeah.
Not like just really have to go badly. There's that, and then there's the pain point, and you get goosebumps.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right.
Just so you know.
You know we have
Just
a
one around
bathroom
the corner.
here.
Yeah, well, maybe we were recording some things before and I couldn't get out of here.
Do you want to use my empty tumbler?
Do you want me to use your empty tumbler?
Will you let me film it for the internet? If the answer is yes, then yes.
You're supposed to be super sanitary, right?
Yeah. Well, it is until it exits the body, and then your body is the one that, like, your skin gets it all gross again
Really?
because of the bacteria and stuff on your skin. But yeah, inside, if it came straight from the source.
We were just joking. That was never an option. I'll hold it. All right, Mo, you got a friend here, man, that's all shook up right now. Is this legit or not?
This is legit, man. My dude is in a tight spot, and it's one of those situations where I've been trying to offer him advice for a long time about his relationship because he's always asking me, and I really wished I was wrong. And he was looking for some kind of proof, and the way he got it, the source that he got it from, is like the unlikeliest of places. Like, I've never heard of anything like this happening, but now it's put him in an even tighter spot. So he's been with was his fiancée for I think about 5 years now. They've been together. They have 2 kids together, and so it was a relationship that, for the most part, he was happy to be in.
Were they engaged for 5 years, or were together for 5 years and were engaged at the end?
Together for 5. Well, they were together for 4, engaged for 1.
Got it.
So in the 1 year of the engagement, that's kind of when things started to seem a little off in his words, and which is why they never actually went through with the marriage, because in the beginning they were only supposed to have been engaged for a few months before they figured out the wedding. But he just kept kind of pushing it back. And he'd always come to me and say, I don't think we're going to do it this month, maybe this month. And then I don't think we're going to do it this month, maybe this month. And then, of course, you put 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, oh, no, there may be some trouble in paradise. And so finally, he came to me one day while we were both on vacation, and he was just like, man, I need some advice. I'm not exactly sure what to do. And he didn't have any concrete proof or anything like that, but he just had a feeling that he couldn't shake that she might have been stepping out on him. And he didn't think it was, I guess, full-blown stepping out. Like, he didn't think that she was actually seeing someone or meeting up with someone, but he just felt like she was putting her attention elsewhere at times because she wasn't giving him the same amount of attention that he was used to.
You can just tell, I think. Well, Kristen, you can speak to this. Cheating. Not you cheating, somebody else cheating.
I've been cheated on a time or two.
Didn't you say it was every boyfriend for a while?
Almost.
Okay.
Yeah. The track record's not good.
I think you would think you would be able to tell, like, someone's routine, someone's attitude, when something's just a little off if you know them that well.
Yes. You would think, but I was young. I'll be honest, I was young. I was dumb. I was naive. I didn't have the best self-esteem, and I was just gullible. I was very, very gullible in my relationships. And if I believed them at face value, if they said they weren't cheating, I was like, okay, then you're not cheating.
Although I'll talk at like both sides of my mouth here, because we've had calls from people that said, look, my husband or my wife is having an affair for 10 years and I had zero idea at all. And you're seeing that person every single day.
Well, see, and I think it depends on your personality. And I'm the type of person, my default is to believe the best in people. And that's what kind of bit me in the butt, is like, I just wanted to believe the best in people and that somebody wouldn't do that to me, but I was wrong. It's hardened me a little bit. However, I haven't lost it completely. I still believe that, people can be decent and people can be good.
It's possible.
It is possible. These guys were not.
And that's him. That's my guy. He's like that. Always sees the best in people. He's that kind of guy. Like, we were joking about if I had a friend that I would be okay with dating my sister, he's probably the only one out of all of the friends I have. He's that kind of guy. So I don't think he would have ever have truly seen it. I mean, that's just not who he is. And so it got kind of real at one point when he discovered that basically she had put a tracking on his phone. And when he went to approach her about it, she had denied it. But in his mind, he couldn't understand why she would be tracking him and accusing him of doing things that he wasn't doing. And then that's when I told him, I said, hey, man, not for nothing, but a lot of times that's projection. Like, maybe this is coming from her because she's doing it.
Or is it possible she put that on his phone so she would know where he was at all the time so she could have her affair?
I didn't even think about that. Ooh! I didn't think
Did you hear
about
that gasp? That makes total sense.
That is actually brilliant.
You need to tell. I don't know if it matters or not, but
Well, that would have been great advice for me to give him about 2 weeks ago, until he calls me last week and he's like, "You're never gonna believe this." And I'm like, "What happened?" He's like, "Well, I finally have the proof that I believe I've needed all this time to know if she was stepping out." And I said, "How'd you get it?" And he got a phone call from, of all people, her best friend. That they've been best friends, I mean, like forever.
since childhood.
Since childhood. Like, this is her girl. Super loyal to each other. He's never had any reason to believe anything different. And out of nowhere, he just gets a random phone call from her. And then she's like, "Listen, I can't do this anymore. Like, this has gotten to the point where I literally am struggling to sleep at night. And this is my girl, and I know it goes against girl code, and I know I'm not supposed to do this, but you're such a good guy. And this woman has been having an affair the entire time y'all have been together."
The entire time, all 5 years?
All 5 years.
I wonder if we have anybody listening right now that has done that your conscience was just like, you were just feeling too guilty about it, that you knew your friend was screwing around, so you sort of, do you use the word betray? You betrayed your friend?
No, it is. It's a betrayal.
It's a betrayal of your friendship. But in the overall scheme of doing the right thing, you ended up telling the other person. 1-855-BERT. That's a tough decision to make right there.
So what did she say? Did she like go into the nitty gritty, or just basically that she's got another dude?
That she basically said she didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
She was like, I can't go into the detail. That's for you to work out. But I know you have been struggling for a long time with wondering what was going on. And she's like, "I am going to tell you 100%. Yes, it's happening. As far as you getting details about it, I don't want nothing to do with it from here. You're on your own." But she just needed to get that off her chest so she could have some kind of peace.
Did she say, "Please, like, protect me? Like, don't tell her that I'm the one that told you, but here are the details. Here are your leads. Pursue them yourself"? Or did she say, she leave it open-ended?
She left it open-ended, but she did say, like, if you could figure this out without mentioning me, I would appreciate it. But she also understood that might be impossible. So she did ask for that. And so I asked him what he was going to do. And he said he was going to try to basically not mention her. Like, he doesn't feel like it's necessary to say where he got the information from. But the problem is, ever since he approached her with the information, that's all she cares about. How do you know? Where'd you get this from? And he doesn't know if he should just come out and say, "Look, your best friend told me," because you can't get yourself out of that.
So here is going to be an interesting conflict for her also. So if her conscience got the best of her, so she goes to the boyfriend, when her best friend comes to her and says, "Oh my God, blank found out that I was screwing around on him," will the best friend now, the one that knocked, will she say to her friend, "I'm the one that did it"?
That's a good question. I don't think she will.
No, she won't, because she specifically asked him not to mention her if possible. So
Yeah.
I feel like she has no intention of coming clean with her friend that she outed her.
But if she's trying to live her life cleanly like this with a clean conscience, then doesn't she have to do it on both sides?
Technically, if we're going
Yeah.
to be technical about it.
Here's that. Plenty of people calling up saying, "Yeah, I've had to do this. I had to sell out my friend." Hey, Ashley, good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Good, thank you. All right, so you had to sell out a friend in order to tell them that there was some infidelity going on?
Yeah, so my best friend, we actually have tattoos on our body because that's how close we are, lifelong best friends. And her and my brother started dating. And they had been dating for about a year, and I had this guy message me and was like, "Hey, have you spoke to, with Tiffany lately? I haven't been able to hear from her. We were supposed to go out on a date tonight." And I said, "Well, yeah, she's with my brother." And he was like, "Well, why is she with your brother?" I said, "Because they're dating." And he said, "No, we're dating." And I'm sitting in my car outside my house, and they're inside my house. So I just took a screenshot and sent it to my brother. I mean, she knew going in that it was going to be complicated for me, but my loyalties lied with my brother, and that was the end of the friendship. And now I have a useless tattoo on my body.
Life lesson for a tattoo, though.
I'm not mad at that. Protect your brother.
She says she wants to be called Allie, and she wants to be on The Voice Disguiser. Hey, Allie.
Girl that my ex was cheating on me with, it was her best friend that called me and said, "Hey, I know you're out to dinner with some of your girls right now, but XYZ is back at your place." And at the time, he was living at my house, and they were at my house in the living room.
Dang.
Wow.
So she sold out the best friend in order to tell you what was going on in your own house.
Yep.
Wow.
That's serious.
Damn.
Ultimate disrespect.
In your own home.
Yes.
The Bert Show.
So, first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get The Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.